In this lecture, I want to cover the installation for our first React app. So we're going to be creating our very own first React app. Finally, you may be. All right, let's go ahead and begin. So first of all, we want to start with sudo if you're on a Mac. If not, on Windows, we'll just start with npm. So on Mac, we'll start with sudo npm. Now, we want to install the create React app command, the command line interface, because we cannot just like install a package. React is not it is a package, but what we want is a compiler and everything pre-installed for us and ready to go with just a script. So for that, we're going to have to install the create-react-app command. So we'll say sudo npm. Make sure you put install create React app -g. So we got to install this globally, all right? But a very cool like a regular thing to do is just put -g right before your command. It makes a lot more sense. And then go ahead and press return. It'll ask for your password, and off it is. So basically, what is a create React app command, you may be asking? So the create React app command is basically a whole entire package that has a lot of things related to React on its own. It has like the compiler, it has Webpack and all that. So it'll basically be able to convert the ES6, ES7 React code into ES5, which our browser can really understand. All right. So now what we want to go ahead and do is that once your package is installed, you want to cd into your directory. So cd documents project slash, and then we want to, and then once you're in that directory, what you want to do is just run create-react-app. Now so here's the thing. When you run create React app, so I'm in my projects directory, all right? And if you were to run, look, these are all the files I have, right? So if these are all my files, right? I want to create another project in here. So what I'll do is run create React-app and give it the project a name. But let's just say that you're in a directory. So let's just say I'm going to create a directory called react-install-course and a cd into that. React install course. There we go. Now in here, you want to run create-react-app colon in the current directory. That's what I'm going to do. So in my project folder, I created a React install course file. Then I'm inside that file, so I'm going to run create React app dot, meaning that I want to create it in that directory, and click enter. And it'll go ahead and start installing. And once it's installed, your React app should be ready. So look, read what it says. It's first of all going to install the React dependency, the React DOM, and the React scripts, right? Which are basically also going to install like, and it says that this could take a couple of minutes because it's installing so many packages. And trust me, this is a lot of packages for it to install. In the last lecture, we went ahead and installed our app. Now, after your React app was created, you would have gotten this. We could run the npm start command, the npm run build, eject, start, whatever, right? So, what do we do first? So that's the thing that may confuse you. Well, I want you to go ahead and start with that we just want to go and leave it as is. Let's go and check out the directory with ls. So, we have a couple of files. We have the readme.md, package.json, node modules folder, remember that folder? We have a public folder, a package log.json, and a source folder. I want to open this in my code editor, so I'm going to code dot. And so let's go and explore these files a bit. So we have the node modules folder, which has all our modules, and let's go ahead and look at it. So we have Babel in here. That's like the compiler instructions. So how to compile, we have, let's see, what else can we really recognize in here? Let's see. We have core.js. We have a create hash. So these are all packages. Look at CSS loader. We have a CSS loader, dist, and boom, it has our index.js and all. So these are literally just mini packages put together. We have a CSS style folder. What else? We have a debug folder. So look, this is unending. This doesn't end. This list is not ending at all. We have React DOM. There we go. Remember the thing I showed you in the terminal? So we have a lot of stuff in here. We have a public folder, which apparently has an index.html file. We have a source folder, which has our app.js and index.js file. So we're going to explore all of these files in the next lecture. All right, so we're going to be able to explore the majority files, what they mean, like what's the source, public folder, and all in the next coming lectures. All right, so you're not going to be left with blank knowledge. So what I just want to quickly do is just close this nodes modules folder, and this is it. Now, one thing I want to let you guys know, we see git ignore file. So when you push this to a git repository, you do not want to push like any of this stuff. So these are the files that are ignored. So our node modules folder, so when you're transferring this, so what you might have found is that when you're transferring node modules, it's very heavy. So you don't want to transfer that. So anytime you want to transfer system to system, just get rid of that. Now let me going to show you a quick concept. If, for instance, I was to delete this, boom, goodbye, you're no longer there, and checked out my package.json, I have all of these app ESLint config. I have like all my dependencies, React, React DOM, and React scripts. All right, I have all the dependencies. So number one, I cannot run my app, so nothing's gonna work. So if I was to do like npm start, that command's not gonna work. It doesn't say it doesn't exist. So we want to go in and clear. What if I run npm install? What will happen? Look at my directory here. In just a second, we're going to see a node module folder that has all of our dependencies that I showed you earlier reinstalled. Boom. So basically, that's the purpose of a npm install type folder, the npm install command. And so when you push it to a GitHub repository and then you go on your other system, you don't want to like literally be transferring like how many files are in here, like a million files, right? It's like horrifying. So you just want to get rid of the node modules folder, like not even use it until, so like just install npm install on the system you're developing on. That's it. So while this is installing, all right, so I hope you start to understand like why this node modules folder exists and why it's so big. It has like tons and tons of stuff. What is this for even? Oh, well, so I hope that you are starting to understand this, and I'll see you guys in the next lecture. Quick lecture. I just want to quickly go over the package.json file. So let's going to open it up, and let's see what's inside. So, first of all, we see that the package name is React install course. Wasn't that the name of our file folder that we created? Yep, it was. What's our version number? It's 0.1.0. Is it private? Well, what is this supposed to mean? Well, it's set to true, right? Then npm will refuse to publish it, meaning that right now. So let's just say we were to publish this npm, right? Let's just say we create an amazing project. When publish to npm will refuse to publish it because it's true right now. But if it was false, npm will take it, all right? Then let's look at dependencies. So here's all of our dependencies, all right? So we have our React dependency, so which is 16.10.2. We have React DOM dependency 16.10.2, very similar. And then our React scripts. These are the scripts right here. Start, build, test, eject. All right. So the React scripts, what does it contain? Well, it contains like Webpack and all its compilation and all. All right. Because it literally is going to look at the React scripts and start based on what you say. All right. Then we have ESLint config. So this is for like linting purposes, like checking if you're right. This is for production. Then we have our development, so last one Chrome version and all. All right, so that's basically it. That's our package.json, not much. And then for those of you who are curious on what package log.json is, that's it. That's the exact same thing, very similar thing. So it's version number, true, it has their dependencies, but very like this is even more. So it's like Babel, as Semver, all the dependencies that you can find in your node module folder. And if I was to just quickly grab the scroll bar, you can clearly see this is a never-ending list. This is almost, to give you an idea, 14,642 lines of just pure vanilla JavaScript, boy. Not vanilla JavaScript, sorry, JSON data. Boy, this could take a long time to actually like complete or some sort. Our app entry point. So inside your source folder, all right, check out your index.js. So what does it include? All right. So first of all, what I'm going to start with is that that's React. So we're importing React from React. Now you may be like, well, where does React come from? Well, remember I taught you guys the const, let's just say React equals require React, right? Well, since this is vanilla JavaScript, modern JavaScript, so this is like ES6, ES7, we can use the import statement. All right, Node.js does not have that yet. That's why require exists, but otherwise you can use import. All right. So when you're compiling this down, which I'll show you guys sooner in our course, and then we have React DOM, which is the DOM. All right, what is DOM? If you remember, in JavaScript, DOM is like your body, the H1s, that's all part. It's a document object model, right? So this is our React DOM. And React DOM, basically that's what React is. It reacts changes to the DOM. So if something was to change the DOM, it'll react to it immediately. That's what it's called React technically. Then we're importing index.css. So instead of bringing in CSS like link, rel, equals, boom, boom, we're not doing that anymore. All right, we just bring it in plain old. And then if you may like, how do I use Bootstrap? I'll show you that. All right, instead of, so there'll be a lot of ways. We'll be using Bootstrap actually. We'll like use some of these styles in this course, so don't worry. We'll use app. So we're bringing in an app. Now, what is app? So if we look at app.js. This is app right here. We'll talk about what this is. This is a component. All right. Then we're bringing in service worker. Now you can go, now we're not going to do our cleanup right now. We're going to clean up all the files in here and build it from scratch. All right, but for now, this is exactly what index.js is. This is our entry point. You can clearly see everything's being brought in here. We're bringing in our component, and then we have a React DOM.render. That's a package we just brought. Remember? Then we do render. All right, so we're rendering the app, which we brought in from here. Right here. That's the app. And we're going to get, remember this, document.element by ID. That sounds very similar in the root. So if we check out where this is, go to your public index.html folder and look in here. And if you, there we go, we have a title React app, very simple HTML. And then we have a root, yay. So that's exactly what we're pulling. We're getting that. And Webpack is going to immediately know where to look for this file right here. All right, so there's no need to, it's already configured to look there, to look in that folder. So there's no need to say /public or whatever. All right, so this is basically our entry point for our app. Explore the source folder of our project. So this is our source folder: app.css, app.js, app.test.js, index.css, index.js, and logo.svg, and service worker.js. All right. So your source folder is everything that's going to get compiled. All right. So let me just open a notes.txt. So whatever you want compiled, all right? So whatever you want to get compiled, all right, into whatever JavaScript you want. So like if you want it to be like ES5.js, so browsers can understand it, then you would want to put it in the source folder, because from the source folder, it will go into a dist folder. Dist stands for distribution. So if you were to have like a server, you'll be uploading your dist distribution folder. And you can upload this dist folder to Netlify, all right? Which is a good way, is a very nice hosting provider. It's literally free for static sites, all right? So we can upload this folder to Netlify, which is going to be our distribution folder basically. And we want it so the browsers can understand it. That's why we want to compile it, all right? So that's basically our source folder. That's it. That's why we have our app.js, because this is all ES6. Our browsers are going to have a hard time understanding this new code that we just throw at it, all right? So I hope you started to understand what like the source folder actually is. Talked about the source folder. In this lecture, I want to talk about this public folder. So with the word public, you may think about it's for the public, right? but actually it has a different meaning. So, in the React, the public folder is where you store anything that is basically doesn't need it doesn't need to be compiled technically. Like there's no need for it. So for instance, like your logo, like the React logo will be a part of the public. All right, this is just a bigger image of it. Your favicon is going to be in here, and then you have your index.html, which is me render. Now, read what it says here. This is an HTML, that's a template. If you open it, it's a blank page. Because when we run npm start, which we'll talk about in the React scripts, right? When you run npm start, it basically creates a file that is basically ran in the browser, all right? This is not going to work, all right? Now in here, this file, you're going to add web fonts, meta tags, analytics. This will be, so the build step will place into the bundle scripts into the body tag. So anything that, so all the bundle scripts, so like the index.js, so like your index.js will be stored inside of this body tag, all right? So this is our public folder. And here you can literally, so you can add link, /bootstrap if you want it. I mean, you'll definitely have to link to it, which will be like stack something. So it'll be like www.stackpath, something like that. That will be the bootstrap, all right? So that's very simple. This is like the public folder. This is the easiest folder. You really don't play with it unless you want to put your favicon. Most likely will put this in during your like production time. Sure, I just want to run our React app, all right? So just put it in the browser. So like being able to see what comes up. So when we were installing, it gave us at the point of saying to run npm start, all right? So what we're going to do to run this app is just literally say npm start. Now, where's the start come from? So if we were to check out our package.json, look under scripts. We have a start script, which basically runs the start script. So anything you want to run, you'll do npm, and then the name of the script, which is start. All right, that's why you have it in quotes, the first one. Basically, that's like your topic. And then press enter. And you can see that it started our React script start. It's starting the development server. It's opening our browser, and it's opening on localhost 3000. It should be there soon enough, and boom. Now, what does it tell us? Edit source app.js and save to reload. All right, we did not need to do that at the moment, but boom, we're actually at our React app. So we have finally ran our React app, and boom, you can run it on your network. Remember the local host concept I taught you guys? So you can just run on one night. So this will be my local IP address where I can run it. All right. So this is very, very simple. And look what it says. This is not optimized, meaning that this is just development. Do not put this up for production, all right? Don't do that. Instead, you want to run npm run build to get the production build. And if we check out our public folder, not right now, but like this is just running it. It's just temporarily compiling it and then putting it into the browser, all right? So when we run npm run build, it'll put it into a disk folder for us, all right? This is very, very simple.